Hi, my name is David Cantliff and I'm the president of Bottom Line Advantage. The subject of this short video is how to stop overpaying your copy, print, and fax vendor. There are two options and each produces a different result. One option is to implement your own vendor analysis using some type of request for proposal process, also known as a RFP process. You should do this regardless of your current relationship with your vendor, and B, include enough vendors that you can get an accurate picture of the vendors in your market. Include at least 6 vendors. If you watched the video entitled, "Why Are Most Companies Overpaying Their Copy, Print, and Fax Vendors?" you heard the story about a Chicago-based company. In a nutshell, they implemented an internal cost reduction process for copy and fax expenses, which yielded a $127,000 gross reduction in cost. And of course, that's minus labor and opportunity costs. They also were using comparable vendor and support criteria. This sounds good until you realize that they didn't capture another $224,000 in hard dollar savings that was available to them. Vendor support could have also been enhanced. This scenario is repeated every day across the U.S. A second option available to companies is to engage a performance or contingency-based consultant to guide you through your research process. I recommend that the consultant's qualifications include having been a dealer owner or executive management of a national distributor or manufacturer. Only if you've been an insider will you have had access to the industry's insider information. The consultant should have no current affiliations with any dealer, manufacturer, or distributor and should let you choose the product and vendor option that best meets your objectives. The consultant should also be willing to be compensated based on the results they produce and only after they deliver them. There should never be any upfront cost. This really eliminates your risk. Since most companies know they can lower their costs to some degree themselves, estimate what you feel you can do based on past efforts and tell the consultant that figure. We've found that most companies are realistic because they know if the figure's too high, the consultant won't agree to it anyway, and the internal team has just committed themselves to delivering the unrealistic figure. The consultant should be willing to guarantee to deliver that mutually agreed upon figure, and if they don't, they should be willing to waive their project fee. Now you know you're working with someone that can recover incremental hard dollars, enhance your vendor support, and you're not paying them to accomplish only what you could have. The graph demonstrates a performance-based consultant's value. With a RFP process, you'll find yourself somewhere between street price and competitive bid price. A competent consultant should be able to bring you to somewhere between competitive bid price and cost of goods. Notice the large gray area between competitive bid price and attainable price that extends to the right. This represents the minimum hard dollars you're overpaying to your vendor. And yes, we do see some prices that approach cost of goods because, like a car dealer selling cars at invoice, there are additional manufacturer incentives and other profit centers. In this case, the gray area representing overpayment to your vendor gets even larger. A competent consultant should be able to recover incremental hard dollars, enhance your vendor's support commitments, and reset your pricing and support expectations permanently, and essentially accomplish it all at no cost to you. And how can they do all this at no cost? If the Chicago company mentioned above had engaged a competent performance-based consultant, they would have reaped an additional $224,000 in savings, paid the fee out of the incremental savings, and had lots left over, as well as enhancing their vendor support and equipment reliability, as well as had labor resources that could have been applied to other important projects. Basically, they could have completed 2 projects in the same time and ended up much further ahead. For more information about Bottom Line Advantage's contingency-based services, you can register for a 15-minute webinar at www.bottomlineadv.com and click on the webinar tab. If you have specific questions, you can email them to help@bottomlineadv.com or call us at 800-550-4435, extension 610. Although our proven process works with any size business, we typically limit our involvement to companies that have 10 or more copiers, but we'll make exceptions if you have an internal copy center with large centralized equipment. We're so confident that we'll find at least a $100,000 hard dollar recovery potential within your company that if we don't, we'll donate $500 to your favorite charity. This offer is limited to companies whose current annual revenue is approximately $100 million or more. We look forward to hearing from you.